Hi there, thanks for stopping back to my channel where I share my love of all things Sims. My name is Mindy and today we're going to be doing a speed build of a modern getaway home. And you guys, I'm super proud of this house because I struggle making modern homes, and mainly because whenever I build a modern home, I just keep adding to it for some reason. So I end up with this like big modern mansion. And so I was really doing my best to make sure that this was like a family-sized mansion. It's not too big. Like, your Sims don't have to be like super rich or famous or anything to live in this home. So yeah, it has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, so it's actually like a perfect family-sized home, not too big, not too small. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. And I was kind of thinking in the beginning while I was making this house that it could be like a second home, or like a vacation home, a seasonal home, whatever you want to call it. Because it is located on the island in Windenburg, and I don't know, I was really getting vacation vibes from it. And so in the beginning, I didn't put a lot of personality into the home, which you'll notice there's like really, it's just, you know, it's just a like bland home. There's bland colors, and I wouldn't like say it's like super personal. But then as I was building the bedrooms, I really decided that I wanted to make like kid bedrooms, because I have an idea of a family that I would like to live here. And I kind of think that maybe like mom's a little bit snooty and she doesn't like things to be like out of place. She kind of runs her home like a museum is what I'm thinking. And so the 2 kids' bedrooms upstairs, I do end up making a little bit more putting a little bit more personality into them. But at the same time, if you wanted to change those out and just use it as a seasonal home or a vacation home, you can do that as well. Fairly easy, because I feel like the rest of the build is pretty like bland. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it's pretty bland. Like I said, there's not a lot of personality into it. I did hang some picture frames around, but you can replace those with regular like pictures if you don't want to add like family pictures in, or whatever you want to do. I don't know. I think it is going to bode well for a nice family home. So yeah, like I said, I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. I'm sorry if you hear my dog scratching himself in the background. His little collar, the little bell on his collar is dangling. So yeah, like I said, I do move this lot over to Windenburg, and I think I did a really good job at making it blend in with the surroundings. So actually, unfortunately, I had to cut out a lot of the landscaping, and the reason for that I will explain a little bit further on. But yeah, this build took a while, especially the landscaping, and in the end I think it turned out really well because I tried my best to make it kind of blend in with the surroundings of Windenburg and that island. And I think this type of home just fits really well on that island. So here is the backyard, and let's talk about this. You see the pool there. Obviously I was going to make a round pool, and there's a tutorial. I will have to find that, but there's a tutorial by somebody on how to make those round pools, and I will put a link to that up here so you guys can check that out if you want to. But that's the tutorial that I was following, and I got a little bit I completely just like got lost in the moment, and I started like working on other things in the middle of this. I was like, oh, I want to put this together to make this object, and like I totally just got sidetracked. Like I just ended up oh my gosh, I stopped working on the home and started like doing all these other little projects. And so I had like an hour of footage that I had to delete, and I was like, oh my gosh, focus, Mindy, focus. And what it was is, after watching this tutorial, I decided that I was going to make some pool stairs that kind of like descended into the pool rather than having a ladder. And I think I got it down. I haven't perfected it yet, but when I do perfect it, I will definitely put a tutorial on my channel for you guys to check that out, because I think they turned out pretty well. But yeah, I started like putting all these different items together to make other items, and I was like, ooh, I can do this, or I can do this. And I was getting carried away, you guys. Like I said, I had like an hour of footage that I just had to delete because I wasn't even working on the house. I was just messing around with other things. And that's one thing that I really love about The Sims and having them move objects and size objects up and down. That just totally, I don't know, it just totally makes The Sims 4, you know, because you can put different things together and make them look like something else. And even if it's not functional, it's still like amazing. Like I've seen people make, you know, like ice cream stands and I don't know, just all kinds of things. The fact that we can make our pools appear to be round when in fact they are definitely not round. So yeah, I was just having way too much fun with that and getting a little bit carried away and sidetracked there. So I had to like bring myself back. So here I am, I deleted all that pool. There's a little bit of a picture of the stairs right there if you kind of want to see what I'm talking about, or if you see what I'm talking about. I have not perfected this yet, but I have ideas of where it's going and how it's going to look. So stay tuned, because when I do figure that out and get it all, like all the kinks worked out and figure out how exactly I want it to look, I will definitely be uploading a tutorial for you guys so you can check that out as well. But yeah, like I said, in the meantime, click that link and you guys can check out the tutorial on how to make your pools appear to be round when they are not. So working on the backyard was a little bit rough for me because I wanted it to kind of fit. And first of all, there's not a lot of space in the backyard. I was going to move it forward, but I don't know. I just felt like I wanted a little bit more space in the front yard than the backyard, if that makes sense. Because I don't know. It made sense to me because of the type of build. I was trying to make everything blend in together. At the same time, I wanted it to kind of blend into the surroundings around it in Windenburg. And of course, there's like woods right here. So I just wanted it to kind of feel like it just flowed in that area. And I think I did a pretty good job in the end of completing it. But I really struggled with the backyard because I wanted to put a fence in. I love to put fences in my backyard because, I don't know, I'm a mom and I feel like the mom in me is like, gotta have a fenced-in backyard, keep those kids in, you know? But I was like, you know what, let's be like realistic here. Like, I'm thinking these people, they live in Windenburg, they live in the woods, and it's probably a very secluded area, so they can have an open pool out here without worrying that their neighbors are gonna like come jump in to the pool or whatever. You know, they don't have to really worry about trespassers and all those kinds of things. So I was like, you know what, we don't need a fence or anything. We can just have it kind of fit in with everything. And so I think, like I said, I did a really good job at doing that and making it look good as well. So yeah, moving on to the inside here. Like I said, you guys, I do cut out a lot of footage of the landscaping, which you'll see some in the screenshots at the end of this video. You'll see what the living room looks like, or the living room, oh my gosh, you'll see what the landscape in the front of the house looked like and the landscape fully in the back of the house, which I think you guys got a pretty good idea there. But yeah, there's just a few things that I added toward the end that you guys didn't really get to see in the video. So just make sure you stay tuned to check out all of the screenshots in the end. And, you know, of course, this video is, oh my goodness, get it together. Of course, this house is uploaded on the Sims 4 gallery under my ID name, Mindii1990, Mindii 1990, all caps. So yeah, you can check it out there as well. So moving on to the kitchen, this house has a really open concept, which is what I was going for. I really love the open concept. I like that I think I did a pretty decent job at like dividing the rooms at the same time, but still leaving it pretty open. So it's kind of what I was going for. And usually what I do, if you have watched me build you guys, I can't talk today. If you guys have watched me build any of my other houses or furnish them, I don't know if you've caught on to the fact that I really, really like to basically put the basics down in each room, and then I go back and I'll add some of the extra stuff. So like I did in the kitchen, I added the countertops, the stove, you know, the appliances, everything that was needed there. And then in the end, I actually go back and add the decorations. I don't know if that's like weird, something that I just always do, because for some reason, first of all, it helps me with the floor plan because I figure out where I want everything to go. And second of all, I just feel like it just makes me feel better knowing that I have everything in its spot where it's supposed to go, and then I can just go back and add to it. And I don't know, it kind of helps with the overall aesthetic feeling of putting the house together. So I don't know if you guys do that or if that sounds completely crazy, but let me know in the comments if you do anything like that. Do you guys like put all the basic furnitures down and then go back and add some of the extras, or do you just do one room at a time and finish it completely all at one time? Yeah, I'm really curious. Like, I know that a lot of people for a while were like talking about how they would build like the structure of the house and then they would do the landscaping and then the inside, but I was the opposite. I would build the structure of the house, complete the whole house, and then do the landscaping last. So I don't know, it's just those things. Like, I'm really curious about what you guys do. I think it's fun to like learn how everybody kind of builds, and we're all a little bit different, and yeah, it's just really interesting to me how we all do that. So yeah, I was just curious, and I think that all the decorations in the end, for me, it just kind of feels like, okay, I've completed everything, it's all put together, and we're good to go. And it's kind of like just those finishing touches, you know? So here I'm working on the sitting area. I debated for a hot minute whether or not to add a basement to this home, because I thought it would be really nice for them to have like a proper sitting room versus a proper like family room where they would like watch TV and stuff. And that's one thing that I love to do in the basements in my house, because where I am from, it's actually pretty common to have basements, which I didn't know for a while, that in some places like Florida, it's not common for houses to have basements. Probably because here in Ohio, we're kind of like the end of Tornado Alley, and so, you know, I think it's pretty common for us to have basements for shelter, whereas places who don't get that kind of weather, you know, they probably don't have basements. So yeah, but I love to put basements in my builds, and I love to always like make them finished basements with like little family rooms and stuff. So, but I am trying to steer away from that, because I feel like as realistic it can be, it's also really like unrealistic that every single one of my houses have a completely finished basement with like a bar and, you know, like a gym and all that stuff. Like, it's totally not realistic. So anyways, I just settled on having the sitting room and the family room together, and I think that it works out nicely anyways, because they have so much outdoor space. I imagine that they spend a lot of time outdoors, and if it's snowing or whatever, you know, I don't know, they've got a fireplace in there, and I think I added enough activities around the house that if it was like bad weather or whatever, they can still stay pretty entertained in the home. So upstairs, I am working on the layout up here, and I kind of struggled a minute because I went back and forth between whether I wanted a 2-bedroom house or a 3-bedroom house, and I love to put 3-bedroom houses in my builds. I don't know why. I guess I just feel like you gotta have extra in case you're going to like expand the family, and I don't know, I really gotta steer away from that too. I'm trying to like build a little bit different than what I normally build. So yeah, I really got to steer away from that. But anyways, this is the upstairs, and after I looked at it, I was like, there's so many different ways that I could do this floor plan, and there really is. And I would be really curious to see if you guys changed anything around or how you would do the floor plan. So if you guys download this house, I would love for you to like tag me in any remodels that you do of this house, because I'd like to see what you guys do with it. So anyways, we are moving on to the master bedroom, and the master bedroom is still kind of a tight room, but I think I was able to make everything fit really nicely. And I end up putting like a little seating area here in front of all the windows, because I just think it's such a pretty space. And where the house is actually located, when you look out those windows, it looks right onto the ocean. So it's got this beautiful view. So I could just imagine if I lived here, like sitting by the window and reading a book there, like day or night. I don't know, like I would love it. And I kind of went for like bright colors. Ever since we got the mosquito, I don't know how it's pronounced, pack, I've been kind of like sticking with that kind of design, because it's a little bit more bold, so it's different than what I'm used to building, and I don't know, it's a lot of fun. So I kind of went with like the reds and the blacks, and I think it turned out really well, and I think it fit perfectly for this kind of build in this household. So yeah, I was kind of really, I've said this so many times before, but I love to pick out a piece of furniture or a painting or something and kind of build my rooms to reflect that. And so that's kind of what I was doing with that seat there. And yeah, I love it. I would love to have this bedroom. I'm typically not like the bright colored person, but I don't know, I really love this. It turned out really well. They also have a ensuite bathroom here, and it is one of the 2 bathrooms. So there's a main bathroom in the hallway, and then of course an ensuite. And yeah, I think that turns out pretty well too. And I ended up changing a few things. Like I added that notebook there, and I ended up taking it out because, again, I just didn't want, at the time I was still thinking that I didn't want it super personal. But that changes obviously when I work on the kids' room, because I can't contain myself, you guys. Another thing that I did forget to put in this building is a washer and dryer. So I did add a hamper to the room. So either you might want to add in a washer and dryer or delete the hamper so your Sims don't like throw all of their clothes everywhere. So I do apologize about that. I did play test it, but that was one thing that I totally forgot to do, was remove that hamper, and it is already uploaded on the gallery. So if you guys just want to remove that hamper, I think it'll be okay. Otherwise your Sims are just gonna get like super smelly clothes, and it's not gonna be a fun time. So this is the master bathroom. Obviously there is a tub and a shower, and I love how it's like divided on the side, so it's kind of got like its own area, and I was able to do that in the main bathroom as well, kind of like divide up where the shower and the tub are away from where the tub, or away from the toilet and the sink. And then moving on, I began to work on the son's bedroom, and here, as you can see, I started pulling out the brown furniture first because I was going to go with neutral. And then I saw this color bed, and here I go again, you know, basing my room off of a piece of furniture, and the blue and the orange just struck me, and I was like, oh my god. Fun fact, when I graduated high school, my bedroom was blue with one orange like feature wall. So yeah, I love blue and orange. They used to be my favorite colors, and yeah, I'm definitely a pink person now, but yeah, back when I was a teenager, way back in the day, blue and orange were my colors. And so I guess that's why I kind of fell in love with that bed when I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, it's blue and orange. And this is where I totally lost the idea of having a rental, which I guess it could still be a rental. You know, I just think that this caters a lot to a specific taste or specific personality. So, you know, like I said, it's totally up to you. I have an idea of the kind of family that's going to move in here, and hopefully I'll be making them soon so I can introduce them to you guys. But I'm trying to kind of work on my save file in like spurts. So I thought that I could get away with like working in one world for so long and then moving to another world, but sometimes it gets tiring building the same types of houses or building in the same world. So yeah, you kind of have to switch that up a little bit, but there will eventually be a video where you guys get to meet everybody that moves into the houses, and you'll get to hear a little bit about their story. So yeah, I can't wait for that day, but I don't know when it's gonna be. I feel like I'm kind of unorganized. I'm like an organized person, if that makes sense. So yeah, anyways, here we are working on the daughter's bedroom, and I didn't really, again, I was gonna make this an office. So it kind of all changed when I decided to make the teenage boys' room pretty personal, because I decided that we needed a girls' room as well. And then I was like, we'll make it, if it's not going to be an office, we'll make it a toddler room. And then I was like, no, because this house isn't really like built for toddlers. Like, I imagine if somebody's going to live in here, they probably have older kids, or maybe even grandkids. Maybe it's an older couple and they have grandkids that, you know, come and spend the summers or something. Because yeah, I didn't plan for toddlers. I didn't add any like toddler potties. I didn't add any toddler toys. And I was like, I'm definitely not going to put a toddler in here. I feel like it doesn't look like a house that would have a lot of toddlers in it, just because I don't know. There's a lot of sharp corners and no fenced-in backyard. I don't know. That was just kind of my logic. So, yeah, this does end up turning out to be a super cute little girl's room. I love light purple, like this lilac color. And I love that little rug that I stuck on her room. I just wish that it was like a square and not like the long runner type deals, because I don't know, I just feel like it's so cute, as it would be so cute as just like a full square, because it's such a pretty like rug. So yeah, anyways, this is the daughter's bedroom, and then I just work on the main bath right here, but I also do finish the garage, and I kind of made the garage like a hangout for like maybe like where dad goes if he just wants to get away from the kids, or he has his buddies over or whatever. They hang out in the garage and like look at cars or something. I don't know. My dad used to do that with my uncles and stuff. Like, you know, they'd all hang out in the garage and like talk about car stuff, and I'd just be like, okay, well, this is boring. Like, I remember just like waiting for my dad and my grandpa to get done talking if we were going home or something, and they would talk forever about cars, and I was like, what is going on? So yeah, that's kind of what I imagine the garage is going to be. And there is like a bar out there, and you guys will see it here in a minute. However, we are coming up close to the end of this video. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this build, and I hope you add it to your game. I really want to see you guys renovate this house and tag me in it, because I want to see how you would do the floor plan. I also am really curious to know how you guys build and decorate. Do you build first and then add decorations later, or landscaping later? Let me know in the comments below, you guys. And don't forget to check me out on Twitter and follow me on Instagram and all of those fun social media platforms. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you check out some of my others and let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys all later. Bye.